So Emily, could you provide examples of how industry-specific holiday shopping trends have been influenced by cultural shifts and global events in the recent years?
So when I was doing the research this summer, what I found was really interesting is how certain, exactly like you said, sort of industry shopping events like Black Friday or, for example, the Advent calendars, the beauty calendars, had fallen out of favor with influencers because they felt that particularly last year in the UK, when that was very uncertain and the climate was so uncertain, that the idea of like pushing that kind of sell, deals was incredibly difficult for them, for their audiences, and they just decided that they were kind of going to avoid Black Friday altogether, which was kind of fascinating to me because, my as a consumer, my view is that Black Friday is everywhere. But one talent agency who, represent about 6 or 7 kind of major UK shopping influencers, they did one Black Friday deal across the whole of their roster. Ditto with Advent calendars. Now, this has been a national obsession in the UK for years now. The beauty calendar, how much more, the products that are in them, how much is worth. There's huge brands do them, department stores do them, etc. And it got to a point, I think, where influencers were getting really negative comments about their writing about them or posting about them because the audiences were like, you've been gifted them and you're showing us, but what are you telling us exactly? And I think that those are the things that have kind of really stood out to me. And I guess the biggest thing is to see the world, the sort of social media conversation with tiny tweaks. So think about routines, not hauls. How does your product, when thinking about content trends, content formats, you can think about how does this fit into my life, rather than this is me going outside and bringing all this stuff into it. Shopping, not shipping. That people going out to shops and creating content about that kind of stuff is really interesting, rather than just like, look, click, this is what I've ordered from so and so and so and so. And I guess it's about attainability and not aspiration. So I think that affordable luxuries, and I noticed some good work that Alex Earle and another New York influencer whose name I've forgotten, so sorry, brain fog, and that are done about affordable luxuries. So this is creating Amazon wish lists that have sensible, attainable things that are daily luxuries, but that aren't necessarily like big ticket numbers. And I think that those tiny like micro changes in reframing are going to make it much easier for people because of the to kind of talk about your products and talk about your stuff.